I'm going to attempt to articulate this as I am making breakfast. But I wish to begin speaking the singular knowledge of the soul. This is the same wisdom of the soul that has always been and always will be. Silence is the best speech. Stillness is the most effective action. Solitude is the purest connection. And in solitude, being by oneself is discovered the most steadfast companionship and true love. So, the purest desire of the self, of the soul, that which we are, is to know itself. That is the fundamental desire. That is the core want. That is the reason for all of this. Self wanting to know self. And why? It could be said there are many reasons, but I am putting this first and foremost because the self is love. Because that is what the self is. Life, light, truth, other things as well, and all of these equally valuable, but the experience of love is desired most of all. This is why the meaning of self is described by countless poets as the lover meeting the beloved. This is why the veil is so called. Again, as with all words, it is beautiful in its many meanings. But when the veil of illusion is peeled back, it is the bridal veil. When the self becomes fully known, which is to say, not just conceptually, but experientially, when the self, the spirit, the essence, the soul, whatever you want to call it, God, divine, source, when that self is known to be and is drawn into the body, when consciousness is focused into the form that is, when all of the energy of the self is focused within here, because it has never been about escaping the body. It has always been about fully inhabiting this. That's why it is the temple. That is why the body is the temple. Not because of the other contextual meanings that ego and society would apply to it. It is not about that. It is because the temple is the place you go to pray. It is the place where you meet God. It is the place where you know God. Yourself, your source, that which you are, is known directly, as in gnosis, as in the direct experience, the feeling of it here, by the merging of the gross and the subtle senses, by the awareness of the essence of yourself, that you are pure consciousness, and the acceptance that you are pure consciousness dwelling within a temple constructed of consciousness. There is nothing other than yourself. And so you are fully inhabiting this sensory space, feeling directly your being, feeling directly your presence, feeling yourself as one, becoming one. Feeling separation. Because it is only by that sensing that you can really feel yourself. And now you are knowing yourself as one. In the doing of this, the mind naturally just falls away. It's not a second step. When the fullness of your energy, which is your consciousness, where your consciousness, your attention goes, your energy is flowed. They are one and the same thing. So when your focus is fully upon the inside of this body, you are pooling that which you are, pure consciousness, pure awareness, into this space. You are knowing yourself directly as one. When this happens and the mind falls away and there is no more filter and you are facing reality directly, you are touching it fully as a complete, meshed, blended, conscious being. And there is nothing between, there is no screen, there is no filter. The veil, as the bridal veil of your betrothed, your love, yourself as all, is lifted. It lifts by your inhabiting and being and feeling directly the self is one. You become able to immediately, and it just happens. You now immediately access the direct connection with reality, with the rest of yourself. Now the rest of yourself as all, is seen clearly. That veil is peeled back, and there you are gazing in pure witness, complete conscious awareness at the whole of yourself, the totality of you, and what arises forth from within you in that moment is pure adoration. It's absolute love. Exactly as described, and as one can relate to the experience of on their wedding day, seeing their beloved come face covered and lifting that veil and beholding this which you adore, which you just purely adore, and which adores you. It's love. It is love. You are holding the gaze of love, and love is gazing back at you. And in beholding yourself, there is that feeling of at last we can be together. At last we are together, and we are together for eternity, my love. And that reflected back to you in absolute mutual reciprocation, in perfect equivalence. And then it grows, and as you feel it grow within you, you feel it reflected back to you, growing, and you are cherishing and cherished. And as you hold, you are held. And all of it just happening. There is no thought. There is no question. It is absolute truth. It is the absolute direct experience of reality, which is yourself, which is love, eternal, life eternal, consciousness, light, pure and eternal truth. All of these things, and all of them are known by direct transmission. And there is nothing that is desired more than this. There simply is not. And it is realized in this place that this is the desire. There is no other. There is no other. This is it. This is exactly everything that the self has ever wanted. And it is achieved. It is realized. It is fulfilled now and forevermore. rapture, bliss, heaven. That is the meaning of these words. That is what it is. Ecstasy, exaltation. And through this, the temple of the body, it is found. I need to take a breath. This is what has been discovered time and again by soul. Spoken to time and again. Then in the realizing of this, through this form and this incarnation, there has been then naturally some resistance to, well, everything else. Realizing this is the desire, and that this desire is met and fulfilled in solitude, there has been this rejection of, resistance to other. And it, of course, is the next step to be realized, and what has sparked the inspiration for this morning is bringing back around the awareness which perhaps started this all, that there is no other. There is no other. And so it is just the perception of other that is creating the resistance. When the truth, the reality is, I am always by myself. There is no other. There is no other than self. There is nothing other than self. And so, my solitude can be carried anywhere, to any place, in any situation, however it appears. I am only ever by myself, and so through all of it, and through the awareness of that and the continued dwelling within the self as one, I can carry that solitude. I can be forever by myself, and myself is my love. And I am then continuously by the side of my love, gazing upon her, in and through every expression of form and experience. It is ever myself, it is ever my love. To live with the veil removed. To live in marriage with self. Not this continual sort of teasing. Which is like the wedding day, again and again. We reach this point where the veil is lifted, we're united, we are one, and then there is a lapse of consciousness. There is again falling into alignment with the illusion of other, and the veil is drawn back down again. And then it is again, where is my love? Where has my love gone? I wish to see her. And it is only always a matter, again, of returning to awareness of self, presence re-inhabiting the body, drawing the energy back again into the body. No projecting. There is no projecting here. It is all contained. It is all drawn back. It is all contained within, held within, and experienced directly. And then again, it happens. The mind falls away. Reality is touched. The self is one, is known, and the self is all revealed yet again. And on this dance. And so now the only focus becomes, because the only true desire is knowing true love, knowing myself, seeing myself fully, this pure witness, pure acceptance of, appreciation of self. That is the only goal. And it is only a goal because it is the desire. There is nothing else to be achieved or done. There is no result sought from it other than the good feeling. Because it is wanted. Because it feels good. Because it feels the best. Because it is the superlative. It's the best feeling. There is nothing that compares to it, even comes close. So what a joy it is that the rest of incarnation can be devoted to the witness of self, the witness of love, continuously, establishing it as a continuous practice so that it is not this fleeting midnight meeting by chance, but that it is a true union, that it is a marriage, self to self. So it is through solitude I have found, and is found, the purest connection, the most intense experience of it, by being by myself. I have found the steadfast companion, the everlasting one, the one that is best friend and confidant and absolute true love. As surely as those words were ever spoken. I don't think I have anything else to say. Now it is just basking again. Silence is the best speech. Stillness, the most effective action. Solitude, the truest companion. And the path to absolute connection. Through being the self as one, the self as all, reveals herself clearly, in full view. And then the one cannot help but become smitten, awestruck. It is love at first sight, and it is love at every sight thereafter, and it is love continuously as that gaze is held, only growing, ever more so. Blessed be.